is Thomas Leabhart, and I'm in the theater department, Department of Theater and Dance, to be exact, at Pomona College in Claremont. Eduardo Galeano is one of the greatest unknown authors in the world, relatively unknown. He is from Uruguay, which is a country that nobody knows anything about. If you ask people to find Uruguay on the map, they start looking in somewhere in Eastern Europe or I don't know where. But Uruguay is a fascinating country where I've been and where I've taught. And I've been reading Eduardo Galeano's works for a long, long time. He has a string of spectacular books that started with his first book, which was called The Open Veins of Latin America, a very polemical, very political, strong work that talks about the history of South America and rewrites really the history of South America from the point of view of indigenous peoples. When we say, of course, that Columbus discovered America, you say, well, what about all those people who were already there? Hadn't they already discovered it? So he's writing from that point of view. This is what Eduardo Galeano is trying to do with his text. He's trying to make us see history in a different way and move the so-called peripheral characters to the center and let them take center stage and let them be finally acknowledged for what they have done. I think Eduardo Galeano is raising some questions that are interesting. I think that the student's response to the text is very interesting. I think my interpretation of the student's response to the text is potentially provocative. I think the way the pieces fall together or don't can be evocative and provocative. And so that's what interests me about this project. So the idea is to make this play will have been made with total budget of $100. Everything that we need for it will fit into a couple of suitcases and be carried on the actors' backs and carried up to Pitzer, carried to the CMC Athenaeum, used here in the large studio. There's no lighting in any of these venues. The light is on and off. There's no front curtain. There's no makeup. All we need is a little bit of movement, a little bit of text, some images, good stories to tell, and a lot of imagination.